Thanks for joining SAPL and tuning in to one of our tutorial videos. I'm Sarah, the undergraduate program specialist at SAPL. This video will show you how to use the BDCI Prerequisite Guide for SAPL Courses diagram. It will end with a walkthrough of the diagram. To not distract you from the information, I've turned off my speaker video for the program guide walkthrough series. Before looking at the diagram, I recommend that you take a quick read through the instructions on the webpage, which is located right before you click on any of the hyperlinked information. Unfortunately, we were unable to hyperlink each portion of the diagram, so if you'd like to learn more about any of the specific courses represented in the diagram, please visit the course descriptions page. As a reminder, these program guides are meant as a recommendation. Students don't necessarily have to follow this guide if they plan on taking more than 4 years to finish their degree and/or taking less than a full course load each semester. The aim of this section is to give you a bird's eye view on how to use this diagram. You don't need to see all the details of this diagram, but if you prefer, please feel free to pause the video and pull up your own copy to follow along. Prerequisites are courses that you have to complete successfully before you can progress in the next relevant course. At SAPL, prerequisites must be at least a C- grade or higher before you can move on to the next higher level course. The purpose of this diagram is to show you how the various SAPL courses and its prerequisites are connected in the BDCI program. This is not a course sequencing guide that tells you which courses to take, but a visual representation of what SAPL courses you need to take to progress into a higher level course. The top of this diagram starts with the typical first-year SAPL courses we recommend that BDCI students take. If you go down the diagram following any of those top courses, you'll see a chain of how the courses are connected. Here, the course on the top represents the initial prerequisite, and if you earn a C- grade or higher in this course, you can take the next course down the line. Depending on which BDCI program pathway you take, your prerequisite courses branch off to match the courses needed in that pathway. You can use a legend to also help you determine whether or not a certain course is relevant to your degree pathway. As a reminder, prerequisites are courses that must be taken in the same semester. When you're thinking about satisfying your prerequisites to take the next course, remember that some design courses have pairings when you have to take both at the same time in the same semester. I'll now take you through a walkthrough of the prerequisite guide. So we'll start off here on the BDCI degree planning page. And if you scroll down right here, third section under references for degree planning, you'll find the BDCI prerequisite guide for SAPL courses. And so when you click on this link, it will take you to the guide here. And so as I mentioned before, this top row right here are what we recommend that you take in your first year in BDCI. As you can tell, we've marked down co-requisite courses. So if you're taking Design 201 in that first semester, you also need to take Design 211 at the same time. Now, as we go down this, you'll see that the top course is the initial prerequisite. So if you do Design 201 successfully and you get a C- grade or higher, then you can take Design 203. And then again, as a reminder, if you have to take Design 203, you're also going to have to take at the same time as Design 213 because they are co-requisite courses. And then to progress further down, you just follow this. So C- in this class to allow you to take this class, and then C- again to allow you to take this one. And then as you see here, this branches out depending on the pathway you want to take. If you're pursuing the architecture concentration, then after you've taken Design 401 or 402 and earned a C- grade, you can then take Design 404 and so on and so forth. Likewise, if you're pursuing the BDCI General Studies, this is the pathway you would take. And if instead you're doing the landscape architecture concentration, this is the pathway you take instead. And so this is just to show you how you progress in your degree if certain courses are missing. So, for example, let's say you did not get design a C minus or higher in Design 223. Let's say you got a D plus grade. In that case, when you're planning your courses, you know that you can't take any of these courses yet until you finish this one and get a C minus grade or higher. Same thing, let's say you haven't taken Sustainability 401 yet, and you're worried, could I still take this other design course? The answer is yes, because Design 331, let's say, you can take it as long as you've completed this course at a C minus or higher. It's not related at all to SUST 401. So at a glance, what you can find is how all of these courses are related. And if you need to plan ahead, for example, let's say you need to take this course, you can look backwards to see what you need to finish first before you can get to here. And then finally, in this corner here is the legend. So here you can see the courses are color-coded by whether or not they're mandatory BDCI courses. So this means all students have to take it, regardless of your pathway. It's also split by just the BDCI route, so the general studies route, just the architecture concentration route, or the landscape architecture route, and then the co-requisite legend. This ends our walkthrough of the BDCI Prerequisite Guide for SAPL Courses.